All right, welcome everybody. Let's get this loaded up and then I'll talk a little more. Right, that's what I was going to mention. We had an update. 1.59 came out. So I'm going to try loading this and see what works, or see if it works. But if it doesn't, then I need to roll back the patch. I should have done this before I came on stream today. I'm sorry, guys. I actually just got into the house from getting stuff done that I needed to do today, and I kind of forgot about that. So we'll find out how it goes. But it loaded up fine. I don't have mods loaded, so I think that will be okay. But we'll find out. Let's see. So I want to top off my soda here. But that is what I was going to mention. We're on patch 1.5.9 now. I don't know all the things that changed with it. They fixed a bunch of crash bugs from what I could see. And I think they made some tweaks to the physics or the physic contributions of some of the armor. So anyway, last night I streamed late last night, so most people that have been following me probably didn't see that. Aiden Hammer jumped in, and we were able to get a second shop. That second shop is in, it's a wood shop here in Oxhall. Now we're able to do a third shop. And if we open up our clan and go over here to other, we can see the wood shop is producing 24 dinars a month. Remember, this will climb over time. We also have the option to change it if it just never becomes profitable. The olive press is just killing it. 172. And you can see here workshops 2 of 3. So we are able to get a third workshop. And I have 11.2k on hand, so I actually want to go ahead and move towards that. And then once we have the third workshop in place, which I will put in a third city, we're going to start building towards a party of 50 and get them leveled up. And that's when we can take on guys like this caravan. If we're at war with the Batanians, we can attack their trade caravans. And we'll get a lot of money through that, and we can up-level our armor and weapons then. We can also raid a little more effectively. I think the raids get done quicker. A better place to be, I think more optimally, would be 125 soldiers to do raiding. Because they have bands of 100 soldiers running around responding to those raids. But 50 is the start point. That's where we go from just being a little mercenary band. I guess we would actually be a proper mercenary band, is when we can attack those caravans, those trade caravans. So from that point, maybe we will bump up to vassal. But let's go ahead and start wiping some of these looters out. We're aiming for 16k down here. I need to mute the mic for a second. Pardon me. Spring weather's kind of changing things for the nasal passages, and I need to get a drink also. So, do I have anything I need to sell? No. I am a little bit hurt. I'm at 79%. Let's go track down these guys. And we just have to watch for the stability.
Infantry! Stay cavalry! Stay close! Scan formation!
I'm gonna bring my crossbowmen up to here. So I did a little bit of reading on Valandian troops and how you want to kind of structure them. And it seems like for us, we're not really the Alexander the Great led companion cavalry that I thought we were. We're more of a mobile cavalry. We're a high-speed cavalry, and the real source of DPS for us. So, like when it comes to Alexandrian hammer and anvil, heavy cav, that's actually going to be the Empire. That their elite cataphracts are insane. For us, we're more of a harrying band. We're a hit and run. There is a certain word I'm looking for and I can't think of it, but I think you guys get the picture. Our major DPS actually comes from our crossbowmen. That is the elite part of Valandians, and they rain down hell on everybody. And so we want to use them, and maybe have more of them than the cav. The cav is meant to split people's attention. We can run circles around guys. And it's also meant to come in and charge the flanks and into the rear as a secondary, like the melee needs to be engaged first, and then we would come in and we add to that damage. But mostly what we're trying to do is we're trying to free up our crossbolts and have those guys just decimate the enemy. So that's the impression that I got whenever I was doing my reading. So perhaps we could be looked at, maybe to put it in a historical sense. Show cursor. Huh. That's new. Maybe we use cavalry a little bit more like the British would have, as opposed to the French, because the Brits had the longbows, and that was an enormous part of that was like their technological advancement. The French had heavily armored knights. They actually were the inventors of the whole chivalry code and castles and knight culture, and that was the pride and joy of their, they came from the Franks. And the Franks were always very heavy into cav. Right. So we have the chivalric code. We have a knight culture that we, bringing it back to history, England adopted that as well whenever the Normans defeated the Saxons. So that was incorporated. But whenever they got their longbow tech, that was really the primary. That was their go-to, and their cav was used to run down, to harass, to split attention. I mean, that's kind of, I'm not a historian and I haven't super checked that out. That's kind of what my feeling is. All right, we didn't want to mess with these guys here. Let's just get away from them altogether. We'll go north. My voice feels kind of super bassy right now. There we go. We should be in plains. We are not.
Close the infantry! Horsemen! After Formasker! Yeah! Footmen! Forward! Forward!
Okay, I'm bringing my crossbolts to here. And then I am going to use my cab to split attention. I know these are looters. We don't really have anything to worry about. But I want to practice. And now...
Horsemen charge!
Ah, too early. Okay. Ah. Oh. That dude took that charge really well. Oh man, the rump of your horse stopped my kill shot. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's all of them. So, there we go. I should have looked to see how many my, I think I set my crossbolts up really well on that, and I should have looked to see how many kills they had. Ah, an uptick in writing. Now I have filled this out. That means that we'll be able to get all the way to the end of the tree on that and on polearm. So we have, we're going to take, I think, nomadic traditions, increase mounted infantry campaign speed by 30%, and melee cavalry, which is what we have. We don't use horse archers. I don't. The Valandians have them, I think, but I don't use them. I want to do that with the Khuzait. Melee cavalry in your formation gain plus 10% speed damage bonus. It's the one that I want. But I like the options they give you there. If you read the other option, it's trade focused. So you can play this game as more of a trader from a peaceful perspective, or you could even consider yourself kind of like a Lord of War, you know, like the movie where you're an illegal arms merchant and you just sell to everybody, you know, death is my business and business is good kind of thing. This time we're here to fight. Let's see, we will auto-resolve this. How are we doing on money? We're at 11.7. So let's go ahead. I've been kind of chatting a lot. Let's kind of focus in and see if we can make some cash. Okay, we should be able to auto-resolve this. The last time I auto-resolved on 3 forest guys, they killed one of my Sturgian axe dudes, which is the highest level you can get for the Sturgians. Oh, we had some help from the militia. Okay. So we got more loot to sell. We'll make a trip to Oxhall and unload prisoners and loot. Made peace with Western Empire. Okay. Go to the Tavern District. Ransom prisoners. Go to trade. Done. Okay, we're up to about 13k. Leave. Oh, here's 14 guys right here. I think we can auto-resolve this. I hope I'm right. With no losses. Yeah, I am. I was correct. Hit these guys. And we'll take them on because the mountain guys joined in.
Soldier, move! Infantry, cavalry, follow me! Skate for me! Yeah! Infantry, move! Move! Forward! Move! Forward! Forward!
Oh, you ain't doing too good, son. Did we put him down? No, there he is. I had my couched lance. That would have ended him. Okay, he's down now. Yeah, okay, infantry's running away.
Move! Double charge!
Yeah. Oh, that's for your haircut. That's a funky haircut. This dude's still alive. I thought we put him down. Can I reach him in time? I don't know. Yeah. All right, we win. There's still one guy running around out there. Who cares? Okay. We're at 13.7K and I haven't sold anything yet. Well, for a little bit. All right, let's go over to Provend and sell. We're at almost 14K. Go to the Tavern District, ransom prisoners, and trade. Very close. Now I want to be a little bit beyond 16K because I like to have some money left over. So I actually typically aim for 18K. Mercenary contract giving us 160, workshop 202. We're actually at a plus 25. That's terrific. What's our speed at? 5.8? Yeah, that's our max speed, 5.8. Do they have any, oh, 43. No, not recruit. Do they have any saddle horses here? No. Too close to the castle, amigos. Came up on the old radar there. Attack.
Infantry! Move, footmen! Rider, follow me! Together! Footmen! Forward! Move!
Alright, now we're going to harry their left flank and hopefully send them running off to their right, which will, I hope, draw them right across. Crossbowmen. Oh, that cav charge.
Or kill them all!
Oh, shocking. There we go. I kind of like how that how that engagement went. I thought that had a very Volandian look, that, or at least what I have in my imagination of how a Volandian attack would typically work. All three components got, I think they got at least good engagements. I don't know what our kill rates were like for each segment of the army, but the engagements, all three of them engaged well. All right, I'm going to let the rest go because we're going to use them for training. Here come my boys. Maybe I'll let them get one charge in. That's too much here. Only 7 survived. I thought more than that were running. We're up to 16K now, so we're at the target goal. We just want to go over a little bit. K more to be comfortable. Ah, come on, man. Select this dude there. Auto resolve. All right, how did we do here? Ratha had 3 kills. Sturgian Heavy Axeman had 11. Volandian Knights had 9, and the Sharpshooters only had 4. All right, we're going to carry this loot over here to Galen. 17.4. This should be plenty. Yeah, 18.3. Okay, go back to trade. Now I'm actually going to take my time to study a little bit. Oh, look, this one has 2 wine presses. That's what I'm looking for. 2 or more of a component, a commodity being provided to the village. So we might build a wine shop here, a wine factory. All right, so that's Galen. I already know I've got a shop in Jacqueline. Let's go over and check Sargo. How am I doing on food? I'm doing good. Okay. Recruit, tavern, trade. Flax and grain, they're only being provided by 2 villages, and they're 2 different commodities, so I don't want to put a shop here. Ravend. Ah, bummer, man. We just had a crash. Okay. Let's cancel out of it. I haven't. I wonder if that's being caused by the mismatch in modules. Let me check my NVIDIA control panel. I thought I checked it earlier. I just want to make sure I'm in debug mode. I am in debug mode. So we'll just bring it back up. But it may be that I have to roll back to 1.5.8. I don't want to make that decision off of one crash. So we'll see how the stability goes for the rest of the stream session. Double check my settings. Okay, I am at 2K, which is where I want to be. Frame limiter is set to 75. I've noticed that VSync issues can cause a crash sometimes, but I have VSync enabled through my NVIDIA panel, and that has worked like a dream for me. We're okay on all this. Nothing. Change any of this. Okay. All right. So we had a crash. Provend. Oh man, I'm down. I'm back down. I'm back down at 16K. All right. Let's go look at trade. They have hog, grain, and grapes. So Galen would be better. That puts me at 17K. Let's bounce up here and check this. There's 2 cities to look at up here. Go to keep, go to arena trade. Iron ore and grain. So they only have 2 cities providing commodities to them. So revolt's kind of unappealing. Fish. Now they have 2 fur. I might want to sell my wood shop. Okay, so for right now, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to come all the way back down to Galen. Some sizable looter groups running around. Double check. Wine press, wine press. Oh, I misread this before. They have 2 wine press shops. It's not that they're being fed by double. See, they would need 2 villages of grapes. You know what I didn't do? There's a city in the deep south down here that I need to look at. Supplied by 2 villages. Hey, Luis. Yeah, everything's going real good, man. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I'm gonna grab 4 saddle horses. I'm looking for a place to put a 3rd shop. Did you get my reply on YouTube? I linked you to the time that I buy the 2nd shop in that episode. It's after the hour mark, so it's not The way I was able to find it, Luis, just for future reference, if you're ever looking for that in the future on one of my episodes, look down here, scrub through the video, and when you see me right around 16K, you can be sure that I'm probably looking for a shop. Now, from this point forward, is that going to be true? Not likely, because we'll have bought all of our shops, but I'm just giving you that tip. That's how I found it. Okay, you did see it. All right, good deal. So we're going to buy these Sumter horses, and I'm going to look at this again. So they're being provided with olives and with saddle horses. So I can remember to come here in the future to buy saddle horses, or actually go to the town. What town is providing them with that? Savinth. A lot of time they will be cheaper. Here's Savinth right here. Buy directly. They have 3. Okay, so now I need to raise a little bit more money. And I already know where I'm going to put that 3rd shop. It's going to be up there in the north at that city that had 2 fur traders. We can auto-resolve this. We're not likely to lose troops against looters from this point on. I think that our troops are pretty leveled up. When we do lose one, it's because I don't have a medic in my party. Yeah, our party speed is 6.2. That's fast. Let's start working our way north. There's 20 looters right there. Like we're going to get some help. I'll hit these 18 as well. Lost a knight. So that's a little unfortunate. I guess I am losing troops. We'll have to replace them. But we're about to be hiring a bunch of troops anyway. Now here, I'm going to go after these 21 forest bandits, but we're not going to auto-resolve that. That's probably the toughest bandit class in the game.
Infantry, close! Infantry, cavalry, after, skein for me! Whoa! Infantry, forward! Move! Move! Forward!
There we go.
Yeah!
All right, let's go get them. Maybe draw a little bit of attention with the cavalry. Dadgummit.
Attack!
I haven't hit a single guy. It's because I keep getting, like, somebody's going after my target or I'm getting blocked from them. But also it's a little bit dark, and especially when you get into the forest, it's hard to see. I guess I snuck that axe by the horse's neck, because that dude definitely crossed my line of fire. The medic you found could not ride. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I don't really want to risk having them on the ground. There's a workaround on that. I could, and I probably should, Luis. And I'll just assign him, see how I'm a group 2, or these guys are group 2. That means I hit the number key 2, and it selects all my crossbowmen. These guys are group 1. These guys are group 3. So I could assign him to group 4, 5, or 6 or something, and just stick him back with the crossbowmen or something. I don't know why I'm not doing that. I think it bothers me on some sense. Like, it feels like kind of gamey or something. I don't know. I just really wish I could. Maybe I can get him down the line whenever I can put better armor on him, and he would be safe then. I still wouldn't want to put him with the front line, which is where he would naturally fit. That medic, he had good. He was a good swordsman. He had good athleticism, which means that he can run fast. He's really built to be a frontline troop. But no way, man. I don't want to put him on the front line. We'd lose him for sure. So I would want to armor him up and then stick him back there with the crossbowmen. I just don't want to do that yet. I have other priorities to spend my money on. These guys will be the last ones we hit before going to turn loot in.
Footmen and infants, look, cavalry, follow me together. Yeah, footmen forward.
All right, bring the crossbolts up to here.
Move. Move. Horsemen attack.
Go ahead and charge the horsemen right now because I want to harry them. I want to give them something to think about. Uh-oh. Get out of there. That allows my my frontline troops to not be focus fired. And it also keeps my crossbowmen free. All right. All right, that puts me up to 19K, which is more than enough. We're going to go right here to Ostican. And look at trade. Right here, we can see that 2 of the 3 villages are providing fur. So we could buy any 3 of those factories. None of them are benefiting from anything that these villages are providing. So I'm probably going to take the olive press and I'll convert it. Olive press. It's about 100 meters out. Shop worker. I have some questions. What do you produce here? Confirm it's an olive press. I want to buy this workshop. It's going to cost us this much. 14,000. Some change. Yes, and I want to convert it to a wool weavery. Fur, wool. Stand by, because now all of a sudden I'm a little bit nervous. What was the kind of shops that I saw in here? I could have just looked around. Fish, fur. They have a velvet weavery. So they have the wrong kind of weavery. Let's go buy their weavery and turn that into a wool weaver. I don't know what they're getting. I want to check this out, actually. Yeah, they look, the graphics are really nice, huh, Luis? BannerLord Velvet Weavery. What would you need for a velvet weavery to work? I'm in Google right now. It produces velvet from cotton. Okay, so you would need cotton. And they're not getting cotton, they're getting fur. So we're gonna walk around town. And we're gonna go buy that velvet weavery and convert it to a wool weaver. Yeah, they did a good job on the town designs. This is where we want to be. F. I have some questions. Confirm what they're producing. Okay. And I want to buy it. 14,038. Yes. Convert it to a wool weaver. The workshops make garments out of sheep wool. I think again. Is there anything else here that would be fur? Gosh, I need to make sure about this. I'm sorry, Luis. I've never bought a wool weavery before or worked with fur. It should be. I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. It says produces garments from wool. See, that's what made me hesitate. Wool is, I mean, that's sheep. That we don't really call that fur. See, grain, cotton, flax, grapes, olives, clay, wool, hides, hardwood, silver ore. BannerLord, what is fur used for? Raw materials and their connection to workshops. Hey, Comfy, how you doing, man? I'm trying to find out what fur is used for when it comes to workshops. Workshops to produce output. There's some unknowns like butter, fur, cheese. Where do they come from? Yeah, that's true, Luis. Learning. Yep. Workshop spreadsheet. Somebody put together, oh, this post was deleted by the person who originally posted it. Okay. We might have had a error, guys. Oh no, I guess not. Everything looks good. Hmm. Maybe a tannery. You know what? Not every commodity is used in a workshop. Because we got to remember you can play a trader in this game too. And sometimes when you're a trader, you're just looking for the raw goods and you're trading that. I bet that's what's going on here. Yeah, shoot. I thought I had found a really good place. Okay. In that case, we're not going to buy here. We're going to go up to the sister city. Over here in Revolt. Because they didn't have very many villages providing it with stuff, but they had an iron thing. We can set up a blacksmith here. Yeah, they have iron ore. And they already have the smithy in place. So we'll just buy the smithy. Before I do that, the very last thing I want to do. See, I'm kind of methodical like this. I want to cross all my T's and dot all my I's. Search on Google which is the most profitable workshop in each town. Ah, okay. We're going to do that, Comfy. That is a good idea. Thank you. Hardwood, clay, and flax. So we could buy a pottery here. Okay, let's take Comfy's suggestion. BannerLord, semicolon. Which workshop is most profitable in Ox Hall? Now the thing is, Comfy, I think if I remember right, every time you start a new game, they shuffle what these villages provide. So I don't think it's static. List of profitable workshop locations. Okay, guys, since so many people posting about the same question, why don't we list our towns that are producing high profits and what workshop you're using? Other people try the same location and shop and see if numbers are the same. Belandia, Oxhall Pottery. Belandia Provend Brewery. Okay, so to test this theory, so that guy's looking for community help, right? So for him, he had a brewery here that was doing really good at Provend, and he had a pottery here. Now here, the pottery matches up because Oriton is providing clay. Let's go see if Provend is being provided with grain, and then that might show that they're actually static. It's going to show whether that's his specific game or whether it's static. Trade. Larnac provides grain. Okay. What else did that post have in it? Not a lot. Let me see if there's an actual, like a spreadsheet or something. Mountain Blade 2. This is from Rock, Paper, Shotgun. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord Workshop. The best ways to get resources. Best workshops in Bannerlord for each town. That sounds like exactly what you were talking about, Comfy. Okay, I'm scanning through it looking for Valandian towns. At Galen, it's going to be olives. At Jaculin, it's olives. That's what I'm doing at Jaculin, too. At Ox Hall, they say it should be a brewery. They say that 2 villages are providing grain. Let me see if that's true. I'm at Provend right now. I don't think that's true. Look at all these looters I can hit up. We want to take them down too because they will choke trade. Hardwood, clay, flax. See, there's no granary there. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's put a clay shop here in Ox Hall, and then maybe we don't have to clear bandits out of 3 towns. We have 2 that we're responsible for. How is Ox Hall? Yeah, see, that's actually not working well. Maybe I want to convert that to clay. Let's see, what else can I look at here? I know that you can look up here and see how their profit is doing. Where's that at? Prosperity, they're at a +1. Okay, wow, this is a little bit more discovery than I was thinking. I'm gonna go ahead and switch this wood workshop to a pottery workshop. Okay, now that took a little bit of money, but not a whole heck of a lot. And then I'm going to come down to Galen and see how we're doing here. I'm going to look for cities that are very profitable. Oxhall was at a +1. We're at a +2 here at Provend. I noticed that wood workshops are very profitable pretty much everywhere, anywhere. I might be wrong, though. Well, I guess we'll find out. My wood workshop wasn't doing very good. See, my pottery shop is already beyond it. Already, man, just within a couple minutes. So we've learned that then. Okay, so trial and error really kind of pays off in this game. We're at a +1 here. They're being provided grapes, fish, and sheep. Yeah, okay. So we could put a wool weavery there. Yeah, I remember the general wisdom, the general rule of thumb was put a blacksmith up anywhere and you're going to be making money hand over fist. Well, I think that was true. But they patched the game, multiple times over, because whenever I tried it, and I tried it on multiple playthroughs, the best I ever got was average out of that. And a lot of times I got trash results. So that's actually how I learned. I went and did some research. I learned about looking here at the trade window and coming over and finding out what the villages are providing. So this town here, they're not doing good at all. Provend so far is the most lucrative town in Valandia. So we'll come up and we'll check the 2 northern towns. Yes, I am, Comfy. Actually, we upgraded on this stream, earlier in this stream. Well, it's not like I did it live. I opened the stream and said I was in 1.5.9. I updated it last night, after streaming last night. This is a big fight. Wow. And I've only had one crash so far, and if it's just one, I don't have any reason to think that had to do with the fact we're playing a different patch, but the game did tell me that my save did not match these modules, and it wanted to know, are you sure you want to do this? So what we're going to do is we're going to save it under its own save profile. I'm going to call it 1.5.9 stream or something like that, and we're going to keep our old saves, and then therefore if we run into massive instability later in the game or something, we can either start over again, or I can just roll back, you know. Google search also works. Yeah, it does. Let's see, we're at a +1 here. So we could put the blacksmith here, which I'm really seriously considering doing. Let me just check Ostikin once. Oh wait, Provend had +2. Yeah, I think I'd rather go try Provend, because that makes our bandit clearing kind of regional. We're not spread out all over the place. Let's see, trade. What are we at? +1. Okay. Provend. And I guess since it's 6 or a half dozen of the other, because if I recall, Provend doesn't have multiple villages providing the same trade item. Yeah, they're hog, grain, and grapes. And so we'll just go with that. What that one guy said, it was about a year ago that he said it, but he said a brewery was in this city was really profitable. So let's go buy the brewery. See how that does. Olive Press Brewery that way. We're pretty close to it already. Here we go. Oh, that's a bodyguard. Okay. Did the workers go home or something? Maybe, because it's nighttime. The game looks much smoother. I don't know if it's because of the patch or the stream. No, actually, Comfy, that's because of my troubleshooting. I was having some problems with multiple games a while ago, and I began some kind of an extended multiple week, really maybe multiple month troubleshooting effort. My problems kept changing, and I was having to put settings into games that I'd never had to do before, so I was really nervous that it was my video card. But what I ended up doing was I decided, well, maybe I need to reinstall Windows. So I did kind of the quick version of reinstalling Windows. And I still had problems. And then I started having new problems in games that I hadn't had any problems at all in. And what I discovered was that I kind of forgot that I may have had some settings that I'd done over a long period of time with the NVIDIA helper. What's it called? And NVIDIA Profile Manager, I think. It's the one where you right-click on your desktop and you can bring the NVIDIA profiler up and you can set what the graphics card does either globally or for specific games. And I set that up to handle VSync. The whole thing that's making this happen for me is I have a 60 hertz 4K monitor. I now understand that that was probably a colossal mistake on my part. I should have gotten a 1440p monitor. I should have gotten 27 inches instead of 32 so I could have higher pixel density. These are things that I'm aware of now because I've read about it. And I should have gotten at least 120 hertz refresh rate. I kind of thought, because I play a lot of Paradox games, map games I call them, I didn't really need that much refresh rate. But I understand a little bit better now about refresh rate. So I should have done those things, but I didn't. So what I have is I have a computer system that pushes frames out a whole lot faster than the monitor can keep up with. And when I reinstalled Windows and I did not go in and set those global settings for VSync, it was causing frame mismatches that were sending my graphics card through the roof because it was pushing like 1,000 frames per second. 700 to 1,000 at some point in times, and that was crashing me out. Once I found out to use VSync through the NVIDIA control panel instead of in the game, and in the game, if it offers me the option to set a frame limiter, that's when we got this glassy smooth look that you're seeing with BannerLord. So hopefully that makes sense. And I know that was a heck of a story, but when it comes to troubleshooting, man, I like to share the knowledge because who knows who's having what problems. So I hope that kind of explains things in a way that is useful for you to have moving forward for your own self, But anyway, we're gonna go take a walk around town and buy a brewery. So it's not a perfect answer, but it's a really good answer right now. And this game is, like you said, this game is playing much more smoothly, both in battle maps and in the tactical map, I guess. Where's my brewer at? There it is, brewery. Does your monitor have G-Sync? It's G-Sync compatible, but it has to be running through a DisplayPort connection, and the DisplayPort connector that came with it doesn't reach my computer, so I'm having to run it through HDMI. I've considered going to get a DisplayPort connector to hook up to the monitor, but which would, I think it's like $30 to $50. I don't. It might be 15. I can't really even remember, guys. But I've also been searching 1440p gaming monitors, and I think I would just rather go get the 1440p gaming monitor because I have some games that are really benefiting a lot from higher refresh rate that I'm playing now, and G-Sync isn't going to solve that issue. G-Sync will help stop screen tearing at a lower refresh rate, but it's not going to amplify my refresh rate. I read about the event viewer, Luis. I did. I kind of taught myself how to use it, but I think I'm maybe not mastering it because it was hard for me to find anything that said anything useful as to the errors I was getting, if that makes any sense. But I did learn that as I was doing my troubleshooting. Luis, you have an impressive knowledge base, man. You kind of know a little bit about everything when it comes to a lot of the computer tech stuff. See, I have some questions. What do you produce? I just want to confirm it's a brewery. Okay, so now we're going to buy it. Oh, it's even cheap. So yes. And I don't want to change what we are producing. And yes, there we go. So now that you have you're the second person now. There was one person online, and then now you're the second. Whenever I say online, I mean in a forum, where I learned that the event viewer is a good troubleshooting tool. So now I'm going to go and look up more tutorials on it. That's just good. That's good testimony. My theory, and I'm not going to be shy about it. This is biblical based. Like I read in the Bible, what I can't even tell you where in the Bible, but I just remember reading as a kid. It said wherever you find 2 or 3 witnesses, then that's kind of a true saying. So I've used that in my whole life. I try to find 3. If I can ask a question to 3 people that I trust and they all kind of tell me the same thing, I consider that to be a principle of truth, until proven otherwise, you know, and I kind of operate off that. So it was really helpful that you simply mentioned event viewer, because of how I operate. That's 2 people right there, and that's a big deal to me. The other aspect of that being that it's 2 people unrelated. There's no vested interest. You had no idea that I was researching that online, and you don't know the person. You know, chances are you don't know the person that posted that in the first place. So it's 2 unrelated people saying the same things, you know. I started with EGA, then VGA. Then I was run over. All right. Let's see here. We can leave here. I just realized I've been kind of aimlessly walking around town. Okay, so we're at Neg 29. Let's clean up some of these bandits around here, so that around both Provend and Ox Hall, so that we don't have our trade getting choked. And then we're going to go work on building up our army. Were there more dialogue options added with this patch? I didn't check it yet. I looked at the patch notes, Comfy, but I really just kind of looked at the crash fixes, and it was late last night. And so I normally don't look at patch notes at all. It was sort of like unusual for me to check these patch notes, but I did, and I didn't get any further than the bug fixes. So I don't know on that end, but I plan on checking that out a little bit more thoroughly. Also, Italian Spartacus, it's all one word. I don't know if you know about him yet. He's very popular on YouTube, and he does a lot of BannerLord stuff, and he typically has something up where he'll do a stream that covers the patch notes. And he's really good, because what he does is that in the very first, like, opening 5 or 10 minutes, he'll give you the big stuff. And he'll tell you the reason that I do that is for the people who are looking for just the major things. And I want to get that out of the way in the first opening minutes of the video. And then the whole rest of the stream is going to be getting into the nitty gritty for those who want to know all the granular details about what the game is being changed to. You know, so he's if he doesn't have something up on 1.5.9 yet, he will soon. He's a reliable source. Italian Spartacus. Let's auto-resolve all this stuff. I don't mind taking the losses. The saved time is worth it, because we outclass these guys so bad that the risk-reward is really good. Chances are we're not going to lose anybody. And whoever we do, we'll just replace them. It's kind of not how I would look at it in real life, because every life is worth something. But in a video game, that's kind of how I am, if I'm not role-playing. I'm gonna type that name into chat just so everyone can see. Sometimes you can't quite tell how people are pronouncing something or something. I just want to, especially if you're dealing with multiple languages in the chat, I just want to throw that out there. Try and be helpful. Got him. Okay, so back to Provend. I think we may have pretty much cleared Provend out. There's a little bit here and there, but, well, no, there's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's more. Okay, this is going to be a fight right here.
Infantry, move! Soldier, step! Horsemen, after me! Scan for me! Go! Infantry, forward!
Bring those guys up to here. That should be good. Okay, my crossbowmen are already opening fire. There they are. Okay, let's get in there with the cav and kind of split their attention a little bit. Okay, now come in. Tell my cav to charge. And there they go. All right. Kills by the Axemen. Man, they are really... I remember whenever my frontline soldiers weren't doing anything whenever it came to killing. They didn't have any kill power. They were just defense. But my Stygian Axemen are really putting the hammer down on people here lately. I watch Spartacus, but I don't think he released a video on 1.5.9 notes. Okay. Well, I would just keep an eye on his channel. Like I said, if it's not out yet, it's coming, because that's one of the routine things that he does. He gets too many views to not do that. It's monetarily lucrative for him, so he would. I don't see him not doing it, you know.
Footmen, onward! Infantry, cavalry, stay close! Form a skate! Footmen, move! Soldier, move!
We go. All right, I'm going to let them kind of come to me. Try and get them out in the open here a little bit.
Infantry!
Yeah, I set my crossbowmen up right where I want them. Well, we have villagers that are going. Let's bring the crossbowmen up to here. They ended up in a group. Want them spread out. There we go. And I don't really want to get my cav in there. They can get pinned too easily and then speared to death. Oh, here, we can get them here. They're out in open ground now. Try and get the calves some XP. And we can get some throwing XP if I ever connect. Oh yeah. Okay. Missed 2 out of 3. And that should be good. All right, circling back around to Provend. circle back. It's kind of an inside joke. All right. Let's attack these guys.
Infantry! Infantry! Cavalry! Follow me! Wedge position! Whoa! Footmen! Forward!
I'd like to arrive at them either just ahead or at the same time as my melee, because I'll shatter them a bit quickly if I don't. All right, go. These guys all got beat up, man. That wasn't the cleanest view. Now, okay, I don't know if you guys notice or not. I can see it. We're pretty smooth on spinning around, but it's a little bit shaky too. And that's because I don't have a high enough refresh rate. So it's not terrible. I can live with it. But man, I record at 2K. I don't know why. I mean, we're not ready for 4K. I thought we were. So I thought I was future-proofing, but I think I made a mistake, man. I should have gotten a 1440p monitor, 27 inches for the pixel density, and at least 120, maybe 144 refresh rate. The one I'm looking at right now is a Dell. It sells for $450 at most places, but if you go directly to Dell, you can get it for $400, and it does 165 frames per second, and it's pretty highly reviewed. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't know yet that I'm going to get into it. There's a Gigabyte. It's called a Gigabyte G7. I think it's no, not a G7. I know that there's a Gigabyte monitor out there that does an awful lot for its price, and its price is around $280, I think. If the program uses frame rate as the time slices to calculate movement, like Skyrim does, then yes, you benefit from a frame rate above 60, but never above, say, 500, which means 2 milliseconds. Mind that 60 FPS equals 16 milliseconds. 4K is not worth it for gaming yet, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree, Comfy. And I thought we were really close, but I just recently, during my research here... Oh, before I continue on that, thank you, Luis, for the information. During my research, I have read that even an RTX 3090 can only play 4K game at max of, I think, 120 FPS. It might have been less than that, honestly. And so you're right. We're not quite there. The 3090, from what I'm being told, or excuse me, the 3080 is the first true 4K card. When I bought this RTX 2070, I thought that I was getting a card that could do 4K. No, it's a 3K card or a 2K. It's 2K max, or pretty close to max. And the RTX 3070 is supposed to be a heck of a deal. That's supposed to be the best bang for your dollar in the new video cards, but it's not considered a 4K card. It doesn't have enough RAM. It's considered a very, very, very high-end 2K card. So I've been fascinated by what I've been learning here lately. And then, of course, there's the shortage on these RTX cards. Nobody can get them right now. They're getting bought up by all the miners and resold for $1,500 on eBay and stuff. Let's see here. Footwork. Increase your combat movement speed with polearms by 2%. Well, that wouldn't apply to me because I'm on horseback all the time. Infantry troops in the formation you are leading have their movement speed increased by 2%. Or hard knock. Polearm attacks that deal damage over 25% of your opponent's hit points have 25% chance to knock them down. That's pretty good. Infantry troops in the party you are leading gain 3 hit points. Oh yeah, we're for sure taking that. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's clear these guys out. And then we need to go sell prisoners because we're over our amount. Can I auto-resolve you and not pay a price? Yes, I can. Yes. That's what I meant to click. Yes. There we go. Done. All right, come on down to Provend. Oh, I don't know if I finished that sentence, guys, whenever I was talking about the gigabyte monitor. I want to say it's a G7, but it's not. That's the Odyssey. There's an Odyssey VA monitor out there that's like amazing. It does 240 frames per second. I mean, it's really nice, but it's pricey. There's a G5 version of it that is 144 hertz that is much more affordable. But the gigabyte monitor was, I think, 270. And it's a really good monitor for that kind of price point. So if you guys are ever in the market for a monitor anytime soon, you might want to just Google like best gigabyte 1440p monitor or something like that if you're looking for a budget. Go to the Tavern District, ransom. I have the 3080. Oh man, you got one? And it's struggling in some games to reach 70 FPS with everything maxed out, playing on a 4K monitor. Yeah, I empathize. Yeah, so you and I are kind of suffering from the same thing. It's like, man, 4K still might be a little bit. It might be the next generation yeah, of cards. So yeah, and 1440p, as long as you have good pixel density, it looks good. I've got a 1440p game. This game right now for me is playing at 1440p spread out over a 4K screen. It's a 32-inch screen and it looks nice. It looks good. It doesn't look as good as whenever I put it into 4K, but it looks pretty good. So if I get a monitor that's designed to play at 2K, I think I would be very, very happy. Man, I'm proud for you, Comfy, that you are proud for you. I'm happy for you that you were able to get a 3080, man. Those things, you can't find them now unless you pay through the nose. Is that what you did? Did you have to pay through the nose for yours? Or did you just get it when it first dropped before they were all bought up? Oh, let's take a look at our workshops. Hold on, let me clear this. How's everybody doing over here? Our pottery shop is doing really good. Our brewery is up to 65. We'll have to see if that continues, but we're at plus 211. Oh man, let's go over to Oxhall and make sure there's not a lot of bandits over there. If there is, or if there's bandit camps, we need to clear them out. And then we're going to be pushing our party level up to 50. We're going to try. Hit this guy too. I really like my Sturgian axemen, man. They're brutes. They waylay everything. Barrack has reached the age of 14. Barrack was going to be a steward. He's going to be a castle manager. This would help him with social focus point. What? Bow gains 1 focus point. Okay, control, cunning, intelligence. That's what I'm looking for. And he'll get a point to engineering. I don't really care about the point to engineering, but I do want to beef this up for this trait right here, stewardship. All right, win a race, craft a weapon, learn the arts of healing, become a crack shot, trade like a veteran merchant. I really would have wanted that for the girl. So nothing for stewardship, huh? We could give him engineering. I noticed that we could also train him in healing, but that's only 1 point. I'm going to give him engineering. And, oh, and he gains some points in charm and leadership. All right, good deal. That's something neat that they added a few patches ago. All right, there. All right, I think we're good to go. So my inventory's clean, right? I just, well, I got 1 thing. I'll keep the grapes. Okay, we have a little bit that we can sell. And then we're going to head north to, oh, there they are. To go get more Sturgian troops. I bought it at a reasonable price like 2 to 3 months ago. Nice. Did you just simply go online and get it, or were you watching anything to tell you, hey, this is available now? Because I've seen that there's something you can follow on Twitter, I guess, that lets people know RTX models are at this store right now. 2 to 3 months ago, though, that would have been right about when they were released, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's outstanding for you. I'm waiting for, I'm looking at that 3070. I'm waffling between the 3070 and the 3080, but I'm probably going to go with the 3070. So I'm just sort of, every few days, I'll go check a few stores and see if they're available yet, because they've said that they're supposed to be, like April. They're expecting that they're going to be in stores at supply rates that will overcome kind of what, I don't know what to call them, but people that are, man, I don't know how to get rid of all these guys. People who buy up stock because it's limited and they'll resell it on eBay. And I'm not even knocking people who do that. That's business. You know, somebody's being an entrepreneur. It's up to the company to be able to get the supply out there. So, anyway, that's what I had heard, though, is that we're getting to the point that the supply is going to be so high that it doesn't make sense to go and buy it all up to try and control the market anymore.
Infantry! Close infantry! Stand apart! Move to follow me! Form a scare! Yeah!
Alright, I'm really trying to just get these guys knocked out as soon as I can. There might be bandit camps around that I need to take down. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Horsemen, give him hell!
You couldn't get him? I started to turn away because I thought that my guy was going to take him down. There we go. You got a javelin in your elbow. I checked every day online on a lot of websites until I managed to add one in the cart. Nice. That's what I wanted to know, because I had heard you can do that. You know, it's effective. You got to be persistent. So the reason I wanted to know is because if I end up being wrong and there's nothing available, let's say after this month, I might start doing that also. And I just wanted to see what your methodology was. This is new right here. Show cursor. That's new. I don't even really know what it's for. I guess, well, I thought about it as being the mouse operating system cursor, but I suppose it's the end game cursor. So anyway, there's a bunch of guys over here. Okay, you know what? I think we're okay. I think I thinned it out enough that we can go ahead and head north. Saddle horse, I'll buy that. We're at 11.5K. That's that workshop income is paying a big. It's paying dividends. I'm not going to worry about these guys. They seem to keep spawning. We'll hit them up again later. Like I said, I think I've thinned them out enough. And the proof is in the pudding. I mean, our workshops are doing good. So trade does not seem to be stifled. That brewery is up to 109 now. I have never, ever had all three workshops performing at this level. And I think these are going to continue to climb. I've heard that you can get up into the 400 gold range. I don't know if that's true anymore with these patches, but we're doing good. By the way, from what I've seen, the 3080 is way better than the 3070, and I don't think the price difference is very big. Man, thank you for that info. That's what I meant whenever I said I was kind of waffling. I had some research I needed to do, but the opinion that you just gave, I think that's probably going to back up what I find. So, it could be that the 3080 actually is the most bang for your buck. You know what? I might have misread somewhere. That's very possible. It's possible I read that the 3080 was the biggest bang for your buck, and because in the last generation with the 2 series, the 2070 was the biggest bang for your buck, I may have just flipped those in my mind. But anyway, I've got time to research it, especially since I'm considering getting a monitor before I have a 2070 Super. It's doing pretty good for me. So I'm considering getting a monitor first. So I've got time to think about it. Recruit troops. Give me everything you got. All right, now what's that? I better have an idea of what I need. I have 13 of these guys. 14, 15. 15 is what I'm aiming for. So this gives me 2 spare. So I'm actually good to go right here. I have 9 crossbowmen right now, if I include Ratha. So we need to get more of them. I want to get that up to 20. I want 20 crossbowmen. And I'm going to want 15 cav. Recruit troops. Okay, so here's cav. I'm going to assume I need all of them. I don't see any crossbowmen. Let me double check now. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. Perfect. We're good to go there. Let's go over here and check Dariot. Okay, crossbowman. What kind of crossbowman? Levy and Valandian crossbowman. Okay. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So I need 3 more. Recruit. There's 1. Recruit. There's 3. Okay. Now that puts me at 48. Where did I mess up on my map? 15 and 15 would be 30. Plus 20 is 50. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus Arlek is 15. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I counted to 15 for these guys. I need 5 more. That puts me at 48. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't know. Somewhere I did my math wrong, and I'm bad at math, and I hate doing it in public. So I'm going to get some more crossbowmen to get to my 20 crossbow. Here, we'll just grab these guys. Okay. All right, so that puts me at 53. Let me see what I'm working with. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus Arlek is 15. That's where I want to be. I have 7, 8, 9, 10 plus 10 is 20. I have 1 more than what I wanted here with Ratha. That puts me at 21. And my Sturgian recruits are at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, which is actually 2 more than I was planning. But that's okay. We're doing fine. You should wait until you get your hands on a 3080 rather than getting the 3070, just because it may be in stock. You're probably going to use this card for like 3 to 4 years, so I think it's worth the extra money. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I want to do a bit more research, just more so I can understand the technical differences, because I learn also. Whenever I research, I learn new things. Language is such a big thing. I've noticed this is not just true in the technical department. It's true just in general. Any field you enter into or any culture you go to, most of it, if you learn the language, you have like 70% of what you need to know what you're doing and how to navigate in that area. So I learn the language the more that I read about this stuff. Let's see. There we go. All right, we're going to go up top, horsemen. We're going to try and get a brutal downhill charge on these guys. There they are. Oh, yeah. My cav just got into him. They're all running, and they're running into my crossbowmen. How awesome is this? Cavalry, attack. This is a field day. Go get them. All right, all those guys that ran this way, they're done. No, there's 2 more. How did they live? There's 3. I mistimed that pretty badly. Oh! That's the longest drop off I've ever taken, man. That was I felt that in my body, man. that was rough. All right, let's tab out. How did everybody do here when it comes to kills? Let's see. We had Sturgeon Recruit. No, those are promotions. Arlek had 2. Sturgeon Axeman had 2. 1 for the Recruit. 5 for the Knights. 2 for the Squires. My cavalry's doing most of the killing. All right. That's how it is when we're facing looters. It might change when we start facing real armies. All right, let's get these guys. We're just trying to level up now. But we should be able to take down enemy caravans, and that's where that's just more fun. It's like a halfway point between real armies and looters, and the loot is so much better. You face more cavalry, which is when I'm playing mounted, which is almost all the time. That is my favorite engagement. I'm like an anti-cav person. I like using it's like counter sniping, right? I like the idea of using my cavalry to take down other cavalry. That's the most fun engagement in the game for me. All right, go get this guy right here. I think eventually what we can do is we can have a companion take on a force of their own, and they will patrol around these areas and keep them free of bandits. Gotcha. Let's attack. I'm going to use this for practice. I want to try and...
Infantry, loose for horsemen, follow me, scared formation.
I want to try and get positioning done correctly. All right, so let's actually put you guys out there.
Go.
Circle my cav around. Actually I don't want to fight in the river. What? Out here. Okay, now. Go get them. My crossbowmen are already opening fire. Yeah, I'm still in the water. It's just that they're gonna run pretty soon. So I need more practice at that. I need to be smooth at this. The more practice I get, it becomes second nature. And you have to be fast in this game. As soon as we come in over here, you have to see, okay, I've got a hill there, I've got a hill there. Let's set up infantry right here, put crossbowmen over here and send my cav over there. And you have to do that immediately because they're on their way. And the only way that happens, at least for me, is practice, practice, practice. So getting the lay of the land and then making tactical decisions after that, that's the complexity in this game that I enjoy. It can be a little challenging, but it's fun. It feels real, you know? I guess in a real historical setting, they probably surveyed battlegrounds. I mean, I know they did. They surveyed battlegrounds before the fight ever even took place. But there's lots of times that you don't have time for that. There's an old story of a Roman legion up in Britannia that they got attacked by the Brits. For some reason, I can't remember the name of I guess it was Britannians is what they were called. And the Roman general, once he knew that he was being stalked, he continued to march. He didn't really have a chance to survey battleground. He was just looking for a good tactical location that he could set up, and he found it. He put himself inside an enclave. Romans were good at hand-to-hand. They weren't great at ranged, but if they could get up on you and it was mano-a-mano in a phone booth, you know, in America we call this a phone booth fight, where you're squashed together, you're really close to each other, then Romans would decimate you. That's what their tactics were built for. So he found an area that had cliffs on both sides and in the back, and he set his guys up there. And it was this female, Boda something. I always forget her name. She's one of the most famous female warriors of all time. And she attacked them with a force that was like 4 times their size and lost. The Romans beat her. And it was because this guy knew how to find land and make quick tactical decisions. I mean, it's not like he had forever and a day to find anything. They were gonna attack. He had to find something quickly. Anyway, it's probably not the greatest example, but I think that's a neat story.
Infantry, loose, cavalry, follow me, wedge position. Yeah.
All right, so put them into there. I keep wanting to say cav. It's archers over there, crossbowmen. Okay, now here we go. I've got everybody moving the way I want. We're going to come over here and turn their flank. I didn't realize I was that close to them. All right, get out of there, boys. All I did there was I turned their flank so that my crossbowmen could hit them. Ah, yeah, see, they're running across my crossbow line now. I lost a Sturgian recruit. All right, so again, that wasn't the smoothest. It's because I didn't see him. I got right up on top of him way faster than I thought I was going to. It was dark, so I didn't see him until I was right in amongst them. And I actually put my cav at a lot of risk there. So it didn't go as smoothly as I wanted, but the basic concept I liked. There we go. All right, good enough. All right, so we lost a recruit. Level up a crossbowman, level up another crossbowman. These guys to come up here with the cav. Hardened crossbowman, that's gonna go here. And a warrior should be above a recruit. And a gallant should be above a squire. There we go. knock this guy and then turn stuff in. Up to 12K. See, with this kind of money that we're making now, we will probably be able to start up-leveling our weapons and armor pretty soon. We also need to buy war horses. So there's plenty for us to do, but we need the cash. So I just want to kind of knock these looters down around our areas that we're trading. And then I want to see who we're at war with. I want my guys to be leveled up. I don't want to have any recruits. And once we're done with those things, when we don't have recruits anymore, we'll start looking at who we're at war with and see if we can go find trade caravans to attack. $5,000 worth. That's not bad. All right. Right here is where I'm going to go ahead and drop the stream, guys. It's coming up on 8 o'clock my time. And so I got some other things I need to get to. And I might be on later tonight on this game. I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But tomorrow I plan on streaming in the afternoon again. Here lately I've been streaming later, but normally I start streaming around 2 p.m. my time, 2 or 3. Here lately it's been more like 5 or 6. But I'm just saying normally it's like 2 or 3 my time, which is Central Standard Time US. So thank you for all the info from both of you. That's helping me in my research efforts, and I'm learning stuff. And I will see you guys later. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time I see you guys online.